you want me to zoom in a bit?
In the interest of train service performance and punctuality and customer service and safety.
So, on these journeys between Glasgow and Aberdeen, I am going to be comparing each mode of transport to see which one is best. So let's start off with the train. The train is really good. It covers about 60 miles in an hour and 10 minutes. And it's lovely just to sit in your seat and watch the world go by. And the scenery is also very nice. But the seats aren't very comfy. The seats feel like a rug, so it's not the comfiest. So I think I'd give comfort a 6 out of 10. On the train, when you get near a stop, they tell you where we are and we'll soon be arriving. So that gives passengers time to get their luggage and get off the train safely. But there is a big gap between the platform and the train. Some people even fall through that gap and get stuck. And that'll be very sore when the door shuts and then the train moves. So that's not very good. On the train, the toilets are okay, but when the train's moving and you need to do your business, it's a little bit hard because you're jumping about all over the place. So that's a wee bit tricky. And also, I don't even know what any of the buttons means, so it was a wee bit harder for me, so I don't really like the toilets on a train. I wouldn't go to the toilets unless if I really needed to. Here we are at Stirling, halfway through the journey now. Usually I'd get off here, but since we're continuing up to Perth, nah, we're not getting off here today. And this is a nice departure out of Stirling. Perfect. Sorted. I think there are USBs and sockets on board. Yeah, there are USB and sockets on board. But I never use them because I never bring a plug with me and I never need to charge my phone. I always charge it up in the morning before going trips. I'm not sure if there is food and drinks on board. I don't know if that's in standard class as well or if it's just first class. Let me know in the comments down below. What I really like about the train is, if you've been sitting down for the past little while and you just want to stand up and have a little wander, you can do. Yes, that is right. You can walk up and down carriages on the train. Or you could even go on the platform and stretch the legs if you want to take the risk. You can also stand next to your seat like me just now. And if you see a landmark or something really beautiful on the other side of the train, you can just switch seats, go on the other side of the train and see it. It's really easy to do that on a train, unless if it's really busy. And that's another issue. When it's really busy, it is so hard to get a seat. You need to stand up for the entire journey if it's really busy and you can't get a seat. So I would recommend for a long journey, book a seat in advance. But if it's just a short journey, you can just turn up. It's been a really good train journey, and I would say I enjoyed it. The only thing is with the comfort of the seat, it's not too comfy, and how busy it can be and all of that stuff. But other than that, it's been a really good journey. Now let's explore Perth for a little while, and then we're going to drive from here to Dundee. I'll see you then.
This looks proper. Oh, look at this clock. Oh, okay, there is more stations. I mean, this station is ridiculous. I mean, we can see all of it at least. See what.
A Sunday?
This doesn't feel much like a high street, does it?
Just come back the way.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know. Phones aren't like developed. Well, how many? I think.
Yeah, this city's definitely.
I'm gonna guess that it's on South Street.
There we go. I hope you enjoyed my wee tour of Perth there. Now we're going to drive to Dundee. It's a half an hour drive and it covers 20 miles. So I'm going to give you the review of the car now. The car is nice and comfy, although it's your property, so you control your seat, if you know what I mean. Like, if you have heated seats in your car, you can put that on. You can put the seat forward or put the seat back. So it's nice and comfortable. And the good thing about a car is you can stop at a service station or stop at the side of the road if you need a break. This drive's only half an hour though, so it shouldn't be that bad. The thing is though, if you need the toilet, there's no toilets about. Well, you can stop at a service station, but chances of getting to a service station are pretty low. So you're going to either need to do the toilet on the side of the road, or you might need to hold it in, so that's an issue. The car can be very expensive. Well, on this drive to Dundee, it's a short drive, so you don't need to get petrol, unless if you're low. But when you do need to get petrol, that costs a lot of money. It costs like £50 for a car anyway. Sometimes it can cost more than that. But it'll last you a wee while. But not for us, because we are all over the place. To be honest, there's not much to say about the car, because as I say, it's your own property, so you know what to expect, really. Another thing I would say is, if you're squeezed into the back seat with 3 people in the back with you, it might not be the comfiest. We've got a 5-seater car. There's the passenger seat and the driver's seat at the front, and then 3 seats at the back. We've got 4 people who live in our house, so it's not too bad. But we've also got my auntie who lives next door from us. So when she's in the car with us, it can be a really tight squeeze in the back. And it's hard to see stuff as well, like scenery-wise. There's not much else to say, so I'll leave you with the drive into Dundee, and then we'll explore for a little bit before we get our bus up to Aberdeen.
We can come back. This is quite an interesting place. We discovered. That's pretty cool, though, isn't
The V&A, that building there is free.
it? Okay. I like free.
I don't really know this way well. Mr. McManus.
As well, okay?
Look how blue the water is.
Nice. And then the discovery.
There we go, that's us just left Dundee, and we are now on the Flexbus to Aberdeen. So I'm going to give my thoughts on Flexbus between Dundee and Aberdeen. And at the end I'll tell you which mode of transport was my favourite. So this bus takes about an hour and 20 minutes, and it covers about 60 miles,
I've heard this one before,
which isn't too bad.
Maybe the city.
And there's no stops along the way. Although when your bum starts to get really sore, because you've been sitting down for ages, that can be really uncomfortable, because on a bus you can't wander about like a train. You can. So that's very uncomfortable. But the price is really good. It costs probably about £5, £7. Not even that, I think, from Dundee to Aberdeen one way. So it is a lot cheaper than the train. The train costs like £25 or something.
No.
So yeah, maybe more than that actually.
Some of them will
There are 5 different buses you can take between Dundee and Aberdeen. So there's a local bus that came from Perth, and you can travel from Dundee to Aberdeen on that, but it stops at every single village, every single town, every single retail park, and it takes about 3 hours. So not recommend that bus. Then you've got Stagecoach, but still takes a long time, but not as long, maybe about 2 hours that one, maybe just below. That stops at Arbroath, Montrose, Inchicore. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and Stonehaven. Then you have got Megabus. It takes about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. No stops. Then you've got Flexbus, what we are on. An hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes. No stops. And you've got CityLink, which takes an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes. No stops. I would recommend take the Flexbus or the Megabus though, because they're all really cheap. toilets like on board? Well, unfortunately, you're just going to need to imagine it, because I am not doing a toilet review on a coach what is moving. No way. You couldn't even pay me to do that. I've heard the toilets are tiny, and especially when the bus is moving, you could be bumping your head, and especially when you're my height, yeah, it's really hard. So I am not doing it. You just need to imagine it. The comfort on board is not too bad. The seats feel like leather seats, so it's nice and comfortable. The only thing I would say though, as I've mentioned this a couple of times before, is that you can't wander about on the coach. So you're stuck into your seat until you arrive at your destination. And that can start getting really uncomfortable and hurt your bum a lot, so that's not really good. Other than that, it's comfier than the train, and I once went in the bus from Aberdeen to Stirling and I almost fell asleep, and I never fall asleep in public transport, so that's something. We had the seat near the front, so we could see everything. But when you're sitting near the back, you can see, but you just can't see all the signs at the front. That might not be an issue for you, but for a traveller like me, it is. I really like seeing the signs. But when the bus is busy though, that's not an issue. If you've booked a seat, you'll be absolutely fine. And even if you haven't booked a seat, well, I think you'll be alright, but I would still recommend booking a seat. But if it's busy, it's not too bad. To be honest, there's not much else to say about the coach. I really enjoyed the journey. Here we are passing Stonehaven, and you get a lovely view of the North Sea from here. So in a few seconds I'm going to tell you about each mode of transport, and I'll tell you which one I liked best. Right, so let me talk about the journeys. Let's start off with the train. I really enjoyed the train. It took about an hour between Glasgow and Perth, and it covered 60 miles. However, the train is very expensive. It's like £20 one way for one person. And also when it's really busy, it's really hard to get a seat. So you might be standing up for your entire journey. And also the seats aren't the comfiest. They feel like a rug, but it's fine for a couple of hour journey. It's really good on the train. You can just wander about on board if you're tired of sitting down. It's really good you can do that on a train. So that's the train. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about the car journey between Perth and Dundee. It's your own personal property, so you control how you get comfortable in that. So if you have heated seats in your car, you can turn them on. If you want to listen to music, you can do. If you want to pull your seat forward or back, you can do. But yeah, I don't think there's much issues with the car, except from how expensive the petrol is. Petrol is really expensive. It's like £50. Sometimes it could be more than that. So I think I'd give the car a 9 out of 10. Because you can travel to places where you can't travel to in public transport. Right, let's talk about the Flexbus journey between Dundee and Aberdeen. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. But the thing is, when you need to stand up, you can't, because you're not able to walk about on the coach. But I really enjoyed the journey. It's very cheap as well, so that's really good. So I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So that means Carl wins with the highest score of 9 out of 10. Right, thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe and I'll see you in my next adventure.